Okay, so we're in Chester this evening, guys. I haven't been for a walk around Chester like this for months. And Anne-Marie says, down Common Hall Street here, there's some buildings that are worth a nose. I haven't put on any fancy microphones or anything, so hopefully it comes out okay. So what were these buildings, love? Do you know?
Well, these are part of the shops now.
Yeah.
Some of them, I think it's the bag shop has got a crypt in it.
Got a
There
crypt.
was a bag shop along here, it was there for years, it's got a crypt in it.
Okay.
And quite a lot of these buildings have tunnels underneath them.
Yeah.
Which go throughout the town and stuff, and we used to go to the cathedral. And there's also, some of the pubs around the town have tunnels as well. Loads of tunnels under this city, loads and loads of tunnels.
Yeah.
Some say it was for the monks to escape,
Yeah.
but there's other stories going around. Some of the tunnels have been used by the fire station to practice in. Whether that's still a thing. Some of the tunnels though, there's some pubs not far from where I work, around the Brook Street area. They've got tunnels in them, not on Brook Street but a bit further around, but they've all been blocked up, some of them.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if the buildings around here that they've been blocked up, I'm not sure.
No.
And shop across the road, which was Spudgy like, it's got the room and bathroom?
Oh yeah, because you can go and see them,
Yeah,
can't you?
you can go and see them.
Or
I
you
think
could
it's-
do
I
when
think
it's
a
Spudger
cafe,
like anyway.
And where their tills are, you go round to the back of the toilet, you go downstairs to see the
Yeah.
Roman architect. Which is
And that
quite
used to
good.
be a doorway by the look of things there.
There, that's a window.
Yeah, I know, but look on the floor, it looks as though it may have been a doorway of some kind at one point. Because the curb vanishes, similar to this little one here.
I suppose them bricks underneath
And the bricks are
aren't
new,
as
yeah.
old as these, but I don't know if you've got the glass as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And these ones down here, they've got boards on them.
Yeah.
Years ago,
Because they get smashed by
there
frogs,
used to
probably.
be window taps years ago.
Yeah.
So whenever you see buildings where windows have been knocked out and painted instead or blocked up, it's because there used to be a window tax, and to save money they'd knock the window out, brick it up and paint the window on, or just board it up in it. But there's a few restaurants down here.
I wonder what that was. I don't think the Osmo Action will see it, but the Pocket might.
What is it?
I don't know. No idea.
Because look, because you've got the stair thingy there.
Try and light it
But
up a
there's
little.
there's no stair. That looks like a barrel hatch
Yeah.
for barrels. Now,
There we go, let's get a bit of light on the place.
there were bars and clubs down here during the 80s, maybe 90s.
There's the
but
possible
maybe
barrel hatch.
80s and stuff. There was three arches, is it there?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go above on the row, you can see like the white arches, and that was a pub. And there was nightclubs as well down here during the 60s, 70s, 80s and all that business.
No idea what that is, unless it's something to do
It
with
could be. You know, when
holding
you
that.
lift, you know when you lift that up,
Yeah.
right, does it move? Yeah, you lift that up, right, the wooden thing, and then you pull that down, and
Stops
it's
it
to hold
falling.
the wooden thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it looks like it was, I don't know, it's probably storage underneath, but it could be got barrels. Because I'm not sure what the shop is in the front of there, and that's the suture on that side, I think. Well, that's the
It's
suture
the
on that
Sooties
side.
here.
Yeah, that's the suture on that side, isn't it? I'm not sure what the shop is, see.
A little bit dark down here.
Communal apartments, 1 or 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Got the old good fashioned door there.
Anne-Marie wanted to bring us down Mug Alley.
Is this where the, oh no, it might have been a different one where this, the French restaurant was. But I think that was a restaurant. Can't remember what it was though. This is a good place. Social, communal social. I think they do good vegan food if you're a vegan.
Okay.
I'm not a vegan myself, but I know friends my friends on Facebook are vegans, and they come here, and I think is it dog family? Because they've got a dog, and I'm sure they've brought the dog here.
Yeah.
Don't quote me like this, just in case I'd fast first and give them the dog. But they do take their dog everywhere with them.
I think that's a website check, that.
Yeah.
But it does look nice.
But they do vegan food. I don't think it's. Let me have a look on the menu. Completely vegan. Mushrooms. Ramen, no.
Common Hall Street.
Do meat as well, which is quite good. Isn't this where this is where Hanky Panky's is, isn't it, down here? If it's still going.
No
What
idea.
have we got here? Printworks. Some of the old buildings, because there used to be terrace houses, so, you know, down all these side streets. And if you go on the history sites on Facebook, the Chester ones, you can see all the kids playing, you know, in the streets, and
Yeah.
washing hanging up, as they used to have from house to house, didn't they? Do you remember? And stuff. Well, you can walk down there in a bit. This is where Hanky Panky. I know it is Hanky Panky's. You went in there, didn't you? It's nice, but it's not cheap.
No.
Package. Do you know what I mean?
Hanky Pankies. What else is down this road, or is that it?
When you get to the bottom,
Yeah.
you can go that way, and you can go into Watergate Street.
Oh, I.
You can do if you want. You can go down there, turn around, come back, go down there, and then go into Watergate Street.
Okay.
What's the bottom on the floor?
No parking, I don't know. Looks like a Mercedes G-Wagon down there.
I don't know what was in there. Unless everybody else knows. Obviously it would have had windows. Unless it was a garage. Or some
Yeah.
description. Look.
Well, there's a very large door.
Because that would have been a door as well, like that one, I think.
Yeah.
You say. Or windows.
Coming down the back streets of Chester tonight. We've got places that tourists don't really go.
This is all like, don't know. It's all new, isn't it?
Pier Point Court, this is called.
It's all down here. There was all terraced houses, see?
Yeah.
You like this here?
Is that until very recently?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't have to run the terrace houses went. No parking. You can go around the back of that building.
This place looks as though it's been here for a very long time.
But that building doesn't look particularly old, but you can have a look in that street too. Yeah, these were all like terrace houses and standard on the street.
Well, you can tell it's an affluent area when they're driving G-Wagons.
And then you can go back that way down the alleyways of Bridge Street then, because alleyways down there too, and what would have been terraced houses and all that.
Here we go, got a bit of info here. On this spot we're found in the month of May 1884 the basement and columns of a Roman building together with the tiles of the XX Legion, is that 20th Legion, coins, etc. Above them 3 feet higher than an encaustic tile floor presumed to have belonged to the Carmelite Church of St Mary. On this spot. Crikey. I'm assuming that it's all been moved to a location like the Grosvenor Museum perhaps, or that's the local museum in Chester.
these have been turned into accommodation now. Some of them are office space. Lovely planning note.
I love the old Victorian doors when they're massive like that, really tall.
Look at these streets here. These
That's
are like
brilliant.
the posh ones where the posh people live, I'm guessing.
Well, it's Cheshire Women's Institute headquarters, that one.
I mean, not now, but back in the olden days.
Yeah. The size of them, I mean, that window is about 8 foot. The door's about 8 foot. It's
I don't think that's the original
huge.
door, I could be wrong.
Huge, absolutely huge. No, it's pretty well unlit down here. Not really, no, I can't even see with my eyes, it's pitch black.
Something house, no, something lodge.
White Friars Lodge it says. I bet on camera you probably can't even see that there's anything there. It's just written in the brick. Mind you, I don't know, this Pocket 2 does sometimes surprise me. I don't know about the action though. Yeah, Chester's heaving with those. Dozens of them everywhere, isn't there? No. Do you want to go and have a look at it? We've pretty much done a U-shape now, we're heading back to the car.
Does look like an old pub, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Like an old inn pub.
Yeah.
That's new building. 'Cause that's
With wonky shaped walls.
because here, before they built the road down there, the shops were different. There was a pub called the King's Head,
Yeah.
which was there.
I thought that was still there till recently.
The King's Head, no, well that's a different King's Head. There's that's
Yeah, I know there's the one from 1602 or whatever. I mean the one on the corner you're on about now.
No.
I thought that was still there.
Was it King's Head or Queen's Head?
I don't know. I remember there was a pub. It was an unusual shape as well because it was on a corner.
Yeah. And there was also the Red Lion as well, which was on the other side, where the driving school and Tesco's building is now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they put in the ring road, and it all went. But to me that looks like an old inn type pub, isn't it? Very old, isn't it? Because these
My battery will
buildings.
be gone soon.
Hey,
My battery will be going.
well, we charged it up.
Yeah.
These buildings are actually Victorian.
Yeah.
Some of these buildings. They're made to look old. Some of them. I can't really get hold of the building any of that.
Okay. Let's continue our tour of the back end of Chester. These streets are all new to me. I mean, I've passed through them a few times and passed by them, but I don't know a great deal about them. It's interesting to see them. These are parts of Chester that tourists probably don't go.
got cellars, you can see. The cellars.
Yeah.
And the boot scrapers.
Yeah.
Scrape your boots before you used to go in the house, didn't you? Embrace hair. Like hair just when you need it. That was nice.
Whitefriars House. Lots of doctors written on that address, so I'm assuming it's a private doctor's of some kind. Yeah. Doesn't look very NHS-y though, does it?
No,
Looks
yeah.
more private, I think.
You don't come down in St John's building.
Is that an I8? One of those fancy electric BMs, is it?
Oh, that's not the power stuff for the courts down here.
Don't know. India House.
Just think they're back in the days when people used to live in these. And they always had like non-family members living with them, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's when you go on, like, if you do your family tree and you look, there's when you look at the census records, there's always random people living in people's houses. You know, they're probably paying rent in it to help pay rent or whatever.
Yeah.
That there's broke. Might be an oil lamp in it, you know. That big building there.
Well, the sign across the way says Bank House Patients During Appointments. So I'm assuming it's some kind of medical place.
Well, I think there was a doctor's there. But there is a medical centre now where everyone's joined. I don't think it's far from the bus station in Frampton's roundabout medical centre or something.
I see.
Down there. Where they've all joined together, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like ours, where we live. But I think, you know, the streets that just come out of, they were like the, not the slums, but you know, you see all the kids on the pictures running around, dirty faces and, because I don't there.
Mhm.
Private property, what's it say on it?
No public right of way.
Solicitors.
Cullimore Dutton. Mhm. Very, very dark. Almost impossible to see, I think.
Nice.
These little cobblestones of a kind. Not quite sure what you call this stuff. Kind of cobbly, slatey kind of stuff. It's cut into square, so it's not proper cobblestone. No parking, 8 AM to 6 PM. That's not too bad, to be fair.
Too dark, pictures.
Yeah. 8 AM to 6 PM parking though is not bad when you consider. I mean, it's a city centre.
So if you're dulled and right and just want to go and pick her up,
Yeah.
there is a car park just there. Payment's nice, there's a pub just there. This is the law courts, the new ones. Well, it's been there a few good years now. When I say new, it's because there's older ones over there where Ian Brady and Mara Hindley were in. It's the old fashioned ones over there. It's still in use, but not like law courts, is it? I think behind it they've got part of the university where they do training, I think. Because these I suppose there would have been terraced houses, and also on the main Nicholas Street strip, which is there's the main road, Nicholas Street, would have been terraced houses along there too. But 70s came along and got pulled down, and there's now
That building straight ahead used to be a large police
quick.
station. It was a massive place. This place here.
Yeah, there was a beautiful building. If you go on the history sites, beautiful, like a castle, and they got rid of it, gone. You know, when they made all the road, it was all along here, and all the terraced houses and all the buildings gone. The ones on the other side are still there because they're like big posh ones, now used for offices and that. And there's going to be like terraced houses along here as well, see. All office space and law courts.
Yeah.
Quick Fit. That's the back of Quick Fit. I think that's been a garage or some sort for a long time. Around that wall is that big house with the garden. Don't know who lives there, but couldn't get a picture. It's too dark, even with flash and things. Maybe a flash camera. Also, some people live. Some of these are like, these are accommodation.
I see.
Where they're all rented, or whether you can buy them. And a car park at the back here, which is quite handy. And some of these have got covers over the car. Oh no, I see what they are. If you've got two cars, look, you go up and down.
Oh, I see. Car lifts.
It's not something you see, is it?
So space is a premium in these cities.
So
Space is a
that's
premium in the
street we
towns
were
now.
Before, with Hanky Panky's on, that's that street there, Common Hall Street. So we were going to come down it, weren't we?
Yeah, so this is the street we were at earlier then.
Common Hall Street there.
And the previously mentioned Quick Fit is there.
Okay. See some terrace houses there too. Some like church hall or something there, see it?
Oh yeah.
With a sign that side. And these are like living accommodation buildings too. So we're doing student accommodation because we're not far from the university, so I think them ones may be student ones.
Quick Fit Plus. Whatever Quick Fit Plus is.
Pardon?
You must get an extra quick service there.
I think, I'm not sure, but
There was a church hidden behind there.
I think these are student accommodation for students.
Yeah.
Now obviously you've got the old windows on here.
What did this used to be? Any ideas?
I think it was a garage.
Oh.
I think.
There's a
But
lot
still,
of bricked.
it's a garage, and it's quick fit.
There's a lot of bricked up
I think
windows.
over the years before my time, well, I don't know, but I think that's the students, and they've got like
I love the modification. Why have a window where you can have a couple of screws and a bit of plastic?
they
Skills.
have a common room, don't they, downstairs with a pool table and games for them and stuff.
No idea. I've never lived in student accommodation. I went to college and university from home
This is the halfway
and
house.
paid the rent.
Was it a customer?
Whilst at uni, that was fun.
Nice. Well, look, I've seen the fireplace. It's not big enough. It's just been put in.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Little swinging chair and that. Nice though, comfort. It's nice in here.
Mhm.
They have entertainment on. Not all the time, but if you check out on the internet.
I bet it's not like that during opening hours
They
then.
do food. Well, it's lovely inside. Nice inside.
Breathing space if you're lucky.
Have a
Look at that, a tree. Can do, yeah. A tree in the centre of town.
This is the back of some of the shops and that. And you can see this wall here has been put in. It's a lower wall. And some of the buildings like these ones put in to say for newer. Because you've got the shops in the front and you've got the row on top of them.
Yeah.
And above the row, as you go along the row, there's big doors, old-fashioned doors. They lead up, and people live above. They're not cheap though. It's like when you go to London and you get these office dwellers and you want somewhere to live. So they're all above. I mean, lots of these curtains. You can smell the food, can't you, at the restaurants and that.
That looks like a little smoking seat outside the back of the restaurant for someone.
Yeah. When you go up on the road later, when we go up there later, you'll be able to see. All up here was terraced houses again. Did you see it all on the history sites where the little kids play in the streets?
Any ideas how many years ago the terraced houses were pulled down?
Oh, blimey.
A long time, is it?
Well, I think
Because some of these buildings don't look particularly
It's,
old to me.
Browns of Chester was all like expanded and done up like 60s, 70s, because where the precinct is, at the back of there, there's all terraced houses. Yeah, completely terraced houses. Got rid of them, made way for the precinct, and the main road as well. When you look back from there, the main road.
Back end of a restaurant.
Shop on the side.
Smells quite nice. Private land. There's a little blue plaque on this set of houses here. I'm assuming this is why these ones haven't been demolished. It was built in 1889 for the staff of Browns of Chester. This place. Let's move back over to where you can actually see it a little. The old chimney pots. I don't think we'll see anything down here, but I'll go down here anyway. It's a little bit too dark, I think. Though, like I say, the Pocket 2 does surprise you at times. An empty warehouse building that's sold, so nothing exciting. Interesting to see the back streets, because like I say, although we've been to Chester, goodness me, thousands of times over the years, it's not somewhere that you really go, the back end. It's more looking at the shops, looking at the pubs, etc. And I mean, we'll do a little of that as well. Yeah.
I think there was office, there's no like council office buildings down there somewhere.
There seems to be quite a lot of reasonably new build around the back here. I mean, this isn't, obviously, this is 60s, 70s sort of building, but across the way there, that's definitely 90s plus, if not newer.
Some of these being quite tall buildings. This is where the one they still do it. You used to go and do your written tests, you know, for your driving.
In here?
In one of these buildings round the front, which this will be the back.
Oh right, okay, so it was a DVLA building then, for a while.
That was when it was pen and paper, back in the day of pen and paper, back in the 90s.
It says on the back there, Refuge House. It's got written at the back there, Refuge House. Just under those fans, I don't know if you can see it very well.
They're all buildings, like office buildings. And it's all up there somewhere, where I did my written test. You don't really come round these places, do you?
No. Don't know if there's a way back into...
Well, we're all on the road, see.
Is there a way back there to normality?
This is the big garden of one of the pubs. I think you've got the Watergate in, and all that down below. And this is the outside kitchen areas. Anyway, we'll go back that way because you can cut through the alleyway to the road.
Yeah.
This is the backs. I'm not sure which
I see.
which place that one is. It could be Watergates.
I think that does go down to a road. That does go to a road.
We'll go this way, then you can go on the road if you want.
Okay, yeah.
Or whatever.
I'll follow you. Anne-Marie's our guide for tonight. I visited Chester, like I say, thousands of times over the years, but I've always just been a visitor,
Yeah, I
not not lived here or anything.
I don't work in. I work about 5 minutes from town.
Yeah.
Never train station. But I've been coming here for years since I was a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I go on the history sites, and you know, you get to see what it's looked like before all this came. And I have been round here over the years. Obviously, some of the buildings we've got on the buildings were, yeah, when I came down here, down here. There's this hand there. Behind there is all the shops. Here you've got a house.
That's behind there and here. If you're watching. Right, there's the way to the roads, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Used to be nice Chinese up here. Long gone now though. Fresh Chinese car. I think they were died, I think. And the kids pay them, so. It goes up to the top, see? People living in these ones are like 1, 2,
flats.
3, 4. Or they're like The big office swallows probably live in them. And work like round the corner offices. They're not cheap to rent. They've got to be down the way in the shops.
These little alleyways lead through to the rows, which are the ancient row of shops above the lower row of shops.
The garden was the Watergate, because the Watergate's bars just there.
As you can see here, if I do a bit of climbing on the road there.
The Havana's down here. The Havana's is nice. Do nice food in there. Nice fajitas and that. And what they still do on a Saturday, Friday, Saturday night, there's a dance floor in there. And you're supposed to go in there, and it used to be open until dead late with music on. Music for all ages and that.
Right, I'm really
And
talking about a nightclub here.
It was free to get in. No,
Yeah.
it's not really as a nightclub as such. It's like they do cocktails and stuff.
Where's
in
that?
There. Yeah, Havana's. Cocktails
Havana's.
and wine.
Nice.
And they do food in there too. Like
Just-
daytime as well as nighttime food. But in the evening you go in round the corner where the toilets are, and there's a little area where you could dance and there's music on. And it was open until quite late and it was free to get in. It was good. So this is what I mean, when you go along, even up there around the corner down Bridge Street, people live up there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when they set in the windows you can see that some of them are for rent and how much they are and stuff.
So what you actually get is shop at the bottom,
But they're going to be expensive.
and then usually a shop in the middle, and then a home at the top.
Yeah, so all above there.
It's not always that way. Sometimes it's a larger shop on the top.
Yeah.
But that's a good example of the rows of Chester
They're
across the way
huge,
there.
aren't they? Some of them used to be like,
There's Havana that Anne-Marie was talking about before.
yeah, it's down below there. I'm sure that's the double there. Really nice place. I've been for a long time. So, but they do nice cocktails and food.
Okay, where are you taking us now?
When it's up to you, you can walk down there.
Yeah?
You
Okay.
can go up there. You can go wherever.
Don't mind. I'll follow you. You're our guide for tonight.
You can go wherever, yeah, really. Chester Civil Trust.
A civic building of some form or other.
I think it's a bit further up where I did my driving test.
Yeah.
Go up the steps. I mean, you can walk back up this way if you want. You can come out and go down there as well if you want, really.
Mm-hmm. It was along here somewhere, that in that Chinese place, wasn't it?
It was on the end, I think.
Was it?
It's on the end. There's a few restaurants up
I
here.
do remember it myself.
The olive trees up here. I've been there. I'm not sure there's another one a bit further along, another restaurant as well. And the black and white building down there is the pub.
Gallery?
It's called the Farm House
Julie Colclought's gallery.
Club. We've got the old fireplace there as well. There's cocktail bar.
I see.
It's called Cookie.
The Cuckoo Cocktail Bar.
Yeah. Go down the stairs, cocktail bar, Cookie.
I see.
And they've got each drink, relax, next door, fountain.
People's homes. People's homes, obviously.
But people in the shops go there, I don't think actually own the shop, I think they pay rent.
I see.
And I don't think they live above, because obviously it's really expensive. There used to be a shop here that sold like all sorts of like comics, sci-fi stuff. Used to get those Red Dwarf stuff.
Ah.
If anybody likes Red Dwarf, just put it on that one.
Yeah, that was a tattoo or something, that one.
Red Dwarf and all that kind of business stuff. Wasn't there in the shop, I can't remember, but it was a good one. Fancy dress. Good if you want a fancy dress clothes.
Another gallery across the way there. Some lovely paintings in there. I don't know if this will zoom in on some of them. Some people have got some amazing skill.
This was the shop that sold all the sci-fi stuff. It's the hairdressers now. There's your pod there. Nice pod there. You can either go down and go on the main,
Yeah, do you want
or
to?
you can go back the way you come.
Go down, that's fine. Go down.
Okay.
There's more dark alleys down there.
Yep, dark alleys. So there's your back.
Oh.
Get over there. This is how it is, the customer market. Customer market there. Nice food and entertainment and drinks. For the customers. That is now a bar
What, the church is?
with drinks.
The church is a pub.
Well, it's not a pub, it's not a cellar. Yeah. There's a nice food in that one. You've got restaurant there.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Upstairs as well, actually.
Pubs becoming, churches becoming pubs, etc. But I don't know. Keys cut here.
We had a comedy night on many, many years ago. Stand-up show. That was good. And obviously you've got the back of it there too. And then that's the back of the car park and the other precinct.
Some lovely paintings in here.
Obviously Chester used to look like that years ago. With the trams. The tram lines are still here. What they've done is they've covered the tram lines over, but it's cheaper. Everything under here is still here. The tram lines are still here. Underground toilets, they've been covered up because it's cheaper to cover than to get rid of. Because they were doing some work just further up and they're taking up the flagstones and everything. You can see the tram lines still there.
A little bar there.
There's another cocktail bar. Well, they sell beer and stuff as well, I'm guessing. Not like cocktails, but little cocktail bars. Get busy on a weekend.
If you're into your games workshop, then there's your Warhammer.
Be back work the next day from anyway.
That's your Warhammer shop there.
Oh, it's a white one, isn't it? Remember the little cafe, Mrs. Spoon type? And the old people used to have the sardines on toast. And the fish and chips.
A lot of these buildings are, well, a lot of these places, cafes, pubs, etc. Anne-Marie's mentioning have been shut for 20 years or so now. They're long gone.
Been here a few years now. Okay.
There's a nice painting of Chester in there.
That's more recent though. Well, that's
A print.
it's like because you've got the lion above, the car park around the back there, which was put there from a previous building for horse racing, because there's horse racing here. You've got the animals because of Chester Zoo.
Loads of
You've got
graffiti.
the Romans because that was this Roman city. You've got the tour bus, the horses because there's a horse racing here at Chester. So you go and watch the races at the Chester races, Chester Zoo. So it's like
Nice anyway. A nice gallery.
So there you go.
That painting of the flowers at the top there, for example, is mixed media. 675 quid.
It must have been really muddy and dirty back in the olden days.
I'm assuming that back in the olden days they didn't really have this surface. It would have been
These places, on a Friday and Saturday
mud.
get busy, but wow, look at that. Look at all the old records on that.
Oh yeah. Oh, they've gone up in my estimation already. Look at that. Joy Division, Lovely Towers Apart. David Bowie, T-Rex.
But upstairs, I think there's a downstairs, but the downstairs looks like dark. Like little crypts downstairs. Maybe because it's not like a Friday or a Saturday, it's not open downstairs.
Maybe. Wonder what time these places close. It's not particularly late though. It's probably around about 10 o'clock, 10:15 now maybe, something like that.
It's quite calm in there, so you have to try it one night in the week or something.
Yeah.
I think I've been in, I know. Was that the shop? There was a shop down here and it sold cigars and whiskey and stuff.
Okay.
Or was that a cafe?
No idea.
I remember I've been in there before it's that cafe.
Apple Latino. Dogtooth.
Little restaurant place there, oh, that used to be, that was Greenouts. The white building behind you. It was their Watergate branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reynolds.
Yeah. Because Mr. Greenout, he had the Northgate branch, a Watergate branch, Ambridge was the main place where they made all their stuff. You know, he had one somewhere else. Geography, so it must be bio stuff. Yeah, there's Havanas. This bit, that door there is where you go in, and there's seats to sit and kind of food and all that kind of stuff.
Anne-Marie's talking about this door across here. I appreciate you can't really see when she's pointing.
Was it called Oxford Images? Or was that somewhere else? But they sometimes have deals. We came on a Sunday once, round town shopping, we knew. And we came here and we had fajitas. We did a special deal. It was lovely.
Havana.
Tapas, burgers, wheels, with fajitas. 2 for 1 on fajitas.
It's good, isn't it?
That's what it was. Sunday to Thursday, 2 for 1 on fajitas.
There you
Happy hour, 50% off cocktails. Sunday, Friday. Friday, Thursday. So on a Friday, you come here at 8 o'clock. You're on cocktails. Isn't it?
go. Seems to be the artist quarter, this bit.
The main shops are a bit further up, see.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of new eateries down here. This here used to be the toy shop, didn't it? Remember the toy shop?
It's got written on the door across the way there, St Ursula's.
There's quite a lot of crypts. Some of the buildings have got quite a lot of crypts. And like I said, the sheep chapel underneath was a crypt. Still is, but obviously it's gone now because it was part of Debenhams, wasn't it? Shame, because Brown's has been there for years before Debenhams came along. So that's a coffee shop now, but that was a toy shop. Ricky had both buildings, and then obviously the rent sky high. So I think he got rid of one half of the building and kept the other. Now he's gone. So there isn't many toy shops around now, is it? Is it Smith's? Is that the toy shop? Because Toys R Us have gone. Toy and Hobby was a big place in Chester, that's gone. There's a couple of toy shops still going, but the original ones are all gone. It's all online now, isn't it? Since I've been there.
Palm cocktail bar, that looks interesting. I love the colour scheme.
New to me, like. Cocktail bar and eatery.
Yeah, the colour scheme's amazing.
Where all the posh cocktail bars are down.
It looks where you'd find Crockett and Tubbs.
I've been to the Olive Tree before for a nice Christmas party with that. Well, it's Christmas do anyway.
I'd expect to see a white Ferrari Testarossa outside here. This is the place.
It isn't too bad, you know.
Oh, Anne-Marie's checking out the prices. Okay, dear,
They're
what's
not
the
like
score?
big, they're not proper big dinners. They're like you can have like a Philly cheesesteak for $13.95.
That's not bad.
American style waffle with a choice of toppings, $9.95. Tacos, 12 quid. They're small plates. Palm specials. Burger for 12 quid, 14 quid. So you know, it's not like a place where you get like a big dinner. But it's alright if you're going out for the night, you just want, you know,
Yeah,
substantial treat before you go drinking. It's alright, isn't it?
it's not Manchester prices.
It's not like
Or even worse, London.
oh no. I think that's where you get the cigars and the whiskey from
Oh,
there.
I see. Is it shut down now, or
Um,
is it? Oh no, I think it might be open. I think it's just covered up. Possibly they're not allowed to advertise fags and booze anymore. I see.
That's what it is. If it's both.
Mhm.
I mean, I like one out of the two. But I don't smoke, so. Yeah, look, she's at the door there.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a posh lounge where you can try out the whiskey and cigars. But as you can't smoke indoors now, I
No.
don't know how you go about trying the cigars. You know what I mean? So, there is a row up there as well. Which starts from there, goes along.
Yeah. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, yeah. There is some bars up here as well. These stairs are like a steep, aren't they? It's like
You can't smoke on the road, but it kind of makes sense because, as you can see, they're made out of wood.
science office for what then?
It does say downstairs for sale.
Does it?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's.
This was a nail bar, and you can do training in there. Train you up. Basically.
Okay, I'm going to pause for a sec. CFS is kicking in.
I think, see where the bell.
Okay. Get both of these back into action again. Had to have a bit of a rest because I'm a bit lame at the moment. religious type buildings, isn't there? That was 1890. It's quite recent, really, for Chester. That 1890. A lot of the buildings here, 16 something. Yeah.
Supposed to be nice in there.
Katie's tea rooms. Well, been there a while. That photo is definitely 80s. A ginormous door.
That's a watch your step here, just a Christ thing. And Mary's thing.
That's an old door, that, isn't it?
Because each era, the stairs are a different steepness.
Yeah.
So when you go to houses and all the stairs, you notice some houses have got steeper stairs than others. It's for that era, do you know what I mean? 1930 seems to have quite steep stairs.
These are steep.
In a previous, I think it's the next street. If you go down a bit,
Yeah.
the next street takes you out into that street there. If you go this way, then you can come this way. Because in one of them there is a social club.
I thought it was the main road down here, you see.
Do you want to go down and have a look?
Yeah, can do.
That's the one I want there, when you get round the corner. Yeah, that's the social club there, from each side. On that side.
I mean, at least getting to see places in Chester you probably wouldn't normally see. Probably normally wouldn't want to see, to be honest, but you never know.
So that's it. What's it down? United Services. What is it?
There's a club, ex-servicemen personnel club.
I don't know whether you can just go in and, or what do you have to remember? You know what I mean? It's quite a newish building. It's not new, obviously. It's been there for years, but it's not like your usual social club that was built in the 50s.
No. More of an 80s type building or something, perhaps. Oh. I think this is a dead end, but I'll have a sniff.
And the back bit looks a lot older than the front bit.
Yeah.
Because that was the council offices there. And
At the back.
registry office where you got married and that on the other side, if it still is. But downstairs, they turned it into some religious place, and then that thing's disappeared. And there's some look for the homelessness that's been saved as well.
Okay.
But I think them buildings are empty now. Oh, I think this is where the registry office is it?
It looks a bit more pleasant than that other building that you've been pointing at just now.
Where council offices then. Where council offices. Being available for hire. I was just wondering if you have to be a non-member. There's a pound entry for a non-member.
There you go, that's alright, isn't it?
So, isn't it? I was just wondering, you know, so you came to Chester a night out and you didn't want to be with the crowd, bang, bang, bang music or busy, you could come to a social club.
Might have a comedian on or something.
Well, it depends, see, on the age range of the social club.
Yeah.
Because some social clubs, there's just old people in them. By us, what was it called, the ranch, but we used to go there and it's full of old people. When they had snooker teams, there was a few youngsters, like the snooker teams and that now. But when you go to the Navy Club by us, it covers all ages, there's karaoke, there's disco, there's singers, you've got snookers, there's now a pool table in there, massive room to hire out, you have live bands on and stuff. Covers from the 18-year-olds to the very old, 80s and onwards, which is good, you know what I mean? Whereas some clubs, it's just old people and not entertained by the
We're
youngsters.
guessing that this is the registry office, we're not too sure.
But you might have,
It did used to be around the corner.
because you can see it's a new building, can't you? Not the original. That used to be the theatre there. But I don't know what it's used for, whether the theatre still use it or not. Because there's a new theatre now in the Odeon Cinema. Because the Odeon now, it's got a cafe and restaurant with library built in. It's got a theatre, it's got a cinema screen.
That's where we normally park in the daytime.
But this was the opposite, camp offices. And also it's got the car park underneath as well. And you've got the wall, see, there's a door there that goes down into the car park. So obviously that would have been production stuff going through there, with them doors there. That there
For
was
the theatre, yeah?
For the theatre.
It was Chester Gateway Theatre. I can't see any signs for Chester Gateway Theatre now.
But eventually,
Are we going up here?
eventually, I think it may be going, because I know the market's going, because the old motor company, which turned into a library, which is now not a library, it's going to be the new market. Because the library used to have on the front of it was a motor vehicle company. I think it's where they used to do the buses and stuff, you know, like fixing them up, cars and that. And then during my time, it was a library. But outside used to be the bus stop and the bus station until that got, I think it was the 90s when they got moved. But,
Getting a bit of a local history lesson of Chester as well here.
all this is going to be staying or going, because this is, bit of this is new compared to the rest. But there was one stage where the whole piece was going, you know what I mean?
The Forum Shopping Centre is about 10 minutes old.
Yeah, but I don't know really what bits are saying. McDonald's is gone. There is still a McDonald's in Chester, the main big one, which is next to Primark. That's still there. The little one here's gone. I think Boots, there is a big Boots opposite Primark, but the little one here might be going, I'm not sure, because there was talk of it all going. And there's supposed to be
For those of you watching
House
in
of
Africa,
Fraser was-
Boots is a chemist.
House of Fraser was supposed to be coming here, but during that time they've sort of gone bust, I think, have they? So obviously that went out the window. So House of Fraser is not coming here now. So
I think it's difficult to see the Forum sign there, it's a little bit too black.
Entrance coming to come up here.
Yeah, and that
That's,
leads back to the Rose again.
Northgate Street. Northgate Street is that way.
Yeah, that leads to the Rose that we were just on recently.
But I'm not sure about there. This is Dial House for disabled.
That's a disability place, is it?
They used to do meals in
I
there,
see.
get a cheap meal
Okay.
in there. Yeah, there's a cafe, see.
Is that still something that's being done there?
It's not like you can't
Open to
go in
all.
there for like a night out type thing, but
Open to all cafe, Dial, West Cheshire.
yeah.
That's handy for people with disabilities
Yeah.
to have that
But you should
facility, I mean.
The age of the building, can't you?
'Cause I'm assuming that it's quite,
The age of the building.
yeah, I'm assuming it's quite good for access. Because some places in Chester, because they're quite old, the access isn't that great, you know.
I'm not sure what it used to be before.
I think a lot of companies have had to adjust over the years and conform.
It's obviously the Forum Shopping Centre, because this used to be the market, see, a long time ago, 60s, 70s, and there it was the market,
Yeah.
because you got part of the old archway of the old building of the market just there.
Yeah.
But it's
That was the
not-
old
but,
Victorian. I mean, I've got photographs from about 1930
yeah.
of the market.
But it was it the 70s it went? 60s, 70s.
I think it may have been maybe in the late 60s, early
Yeah.
70s.
It was a beautiful building, massive old-fashioned
Yeah.
building. Market was inside, and then they got rid of it to build the little market, which is now disappearing again.
Let's go over and have a look at this market that Anne-Marie's talking about, because
here, I think, were
these
like
don't
shop
really.
buildings, because there's a big corner door which gives it away and a big window inside. So this would have been next to what was the market. So
Yeah.
it could have been a pub or a shop, and there's also the buildings there too. And I'm not sure what that was.
Anne-Marie's talking about places that you can't see, so
Um,
let's go and see if we can have a look. That door, I don't think was there before.
it's got to do with shoeless.
Because I'm sure Anne-Marie will mention there used to be a Weenholtz here where she worked, and that by the bins there where there's a door now was where everyone used to go for a fag break.
This is Dublin Hackett. Was it Everton manager that owned it or was it?
Everton manager, was it?
Was that am I correct?
I'm assuming.
In there there's
Can't see anything.
remains. You can see the bricks on there. It did used to have lights in it, used to be lit up.
Yeah.
Forties.
There's a chest that you just about see.
They've got more TVs in there. Was it Everton's manager?
I really have absolutely no idea.
Anyway, it wasn't
Blues
that
Brothers is on the telly.
bad. Yeah, I'll send it now.
Is that the beginning? I think it is, because he's coming out of prison, isn't he?
What's the paper?
Missing out there.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, missing out.
Blues Brothers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Blues Brothers. There you go. This is the last bit of the Victorian market remaining.
The market, used to be the market. And you can see this tiny bit of archway there, and up there. The was rumours that the front part was in existence. And the council had no use of it. But I don't believe it, to be honest. There's all this here.
Chippy's gone now as well.
Market. Yeah, the chippy. It wasn't cheap, but the chips were nice. We stand outside, didn't they? Not I'm trying to chip.
I think this used to be a newsagent's.
That was
Wasn't it a newsagent's?
yeah, 4 boys, and then McCall's afterwards.
Yeah.
Used to go in after work, you know. Used to have a snack for you during here.
Must be a fancy place. Look, they're selling
Art place
Van
now,
Goghs
they
in there.
make things and that in it. There's your fruits to finish. Now this is the Forum Shopping Centre. It's changed over the years. Used to have a record shop out here, didn't it, on stage? There's what was McDonald's up there. But they closed it down because there's one down the bottom, a big place down the bottom, and all this was supposed to be disappearing. Because down there is the market, which is still there. Quite a lot of the market stall people have gone and they're not coming back. So the new building, the cheese man, he's not coming back, but he's got his own shop now. I'm not sure, is it in Blakely or somewhere? He's got his own cheese shop. Oh, it could be around here, but he's got his own cheese shop. There's a few other stores that aren't coming back either. So this is the town hall. Get married in there, been to a wedding there. Bristol Centre next door. It's also a box office, so we can go in there. If there's any events on, you can book for yourself, can't you? It's nice inside. They caught fire at one stage back in the black and white days. Before mine and my mum's and my granny's time. It caught fire inside. There is a clock on the top. Quite handy when you're walking one time, you wouldn't know what time it is.
Very peaceful this evening here.
Yeah, I did catch fire in the 18th century or whatever. I'll look on the history sites, I can't remember. These tables out here, I wonder what they're for.
Town Hall Parklet. There you go.
Maybe it's part of the market. the market now.
I am sad. I do quite like this post box because it's Victoria Royal.
Victoria,
It's
yeah.
It's Victorian post box.
I think it's
Been there since Victoria's reign.
painted, hasn't it, to keep it.
Yeah, it's definitely been painted. I don't think they were red at one point. Were they purple or something? Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been up these steps.
I thought it was always red. You had the red phone boxes as well, didn't you? Plus one was black here.
It is a lifetime dream, look. Never been up these steps. Been to Chester thousands of times. Never been in the town hall. I've never been up the steps to it. 1869 this place was built.
Yes, quite a few weddings to be had here.
1869. Well, when you consider the pub next door to our house was on the 1871 map.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the Christmas trees we have, is there?
that's been there for quite some time.
That's the barrier.
What was that about, a Christmas tree?
They usually have one of the Christmas trees there. They have a couple of them in town. And the barrier there, at night time, the barrier is lifted up, it stays up, but in the day, it's just for like business. So you have to like show whatever ID. Unless you're disabled as well, because there's disabled parking down there. So you have to show some form of ID, saying the day while you're going down there. There's pedestrian eyes, you see. But at night time it's open, because all the businesses are shut, aren't they? But it's great if you're disabled and you want to go for an evening meal, you can park down there. Because I've parked with my dad and we've been, it's a nice Italian restaurant down there. We can show you there on the way back to the car. Beautiful restaurant. It's a one-man band restaurant, as I call them, where they've got no other restaurants, just one. It's been there over 40 years and it's still there now. And the food is beautiful. There's mega rich. I've lived in that restaurant.
There's a lot of work being done here.
Yeah, this is the new build, because there, though it still says it on the front, I hope so, it's part of the original structure. It was, oh there it is on the top, motor company. Does it say so?
Yeah, Westminster Coach and Motor Car Works.
Yeah, it's basically a garage.
See if we can get a bit closer.
But then during night time, this was the Chester Library. There was 3 floors. Bottom floor was the kids, middle floor, and then top floor. In there was the lift, I think. But before the library, it was the motor car and coach works, where all the coaches and the cars got fixed, and they kept the building, turned it into a library, and now the library has moved into the story house. This now is going to be the market with a difference. As you can see all up there, there's all buildings either side, and they're going to be shops. They're all going to be shops. And quite a few of the market stall holders are going to be going there. Butchers are going there, I think, and a few others.
But like you say, a lot of the store holders are not going to be moving in there.
Here is where the bus station used to be. I think it was the 90s, because you can see it's quite wide in its path. The buses used to pull in here, all the way up here. There used to be bus stops. And here, I think, was it here? Or there? Was underground toilets, which I think they're still here, just been covered up. This is where the bus station used to be.
Shropshire Arms pub.
Yep. Quite nice in there.
It's usually,
Upstairs as well.
it's usually banging in there, but it's about 11 now.
Not always. I suppose near the old bus station. The old bus station, for me and you, was at the back.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it quiet in there? I never have ever.
I have, a long time ago.
Have you?
Anyway, so the bus station was out here, and then
Quiet now because
we
it's
had the bus
shut.
station a bit further down there, we used to get on the coastline, I remember.
Yeah.
But also the bus station then moved to the back of here, which is now gone. And they built a new super bus station on what used to be the farmers market where they sold the animals and train station.
Just so I can explain what we're actually looking at, this is the Storyhouse Theatre that used to be the Odeon Art Deco cinema for years and years and years. And it shut down probably, what, about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that.
In here there's the library, there's got a cafe in there, theatre, and there's got a cinema screen too. The cafe and the library are sort of combined, apart from the kids library's here. They do loads of stuff for the kids in the library. They have special events and that. And the cafe's quite nice too, and they have the theatre's quite good, loads and loads of things. And we've seen Jimmy Carr here, haven't we? And a few other famous celebrities that come, comedians and that come here.
Oh, Benjamin Zephaniah is the artist in residence here at the moment. Fair play.
We do have a website. You
No
can go
Benjamin
on
Zephaniah.
And if you like your stand-up comedy, there's loads and loads of famous comedians like Bill Bailey and all them, you know. They've all been here.
That was where the
Alan
bus
Carr.
depot was.
And
If you look on Google Maps and have a look at the
That
Storyhouse
was
Cinema, you'll be able to see the old bus depot station down there.
That old bus depot was 80s.
Yeah, it probably appeared in the 80s.
There was also a smaller down with a
Now,
cafe and a shop.
if you want to film Sergio's, it might be worth heading that way because I don't know how much battery I've got left now.
Okay, but you can go whichever direction you want. I mean, you're welcome to go up there if you want to go down there.
No, you can go and see Sergio's. You want to show the people where it is.
Back to the car.
Because to be fair, I don't think the battery's going to last out for much longer.
Now 10 past 11 at night, so.
These are.
There's also one in the market as well. I'm not sure if the one in the market is moving to the new building or not. Well, it's not really a new building, but you know.
That's a traditional thing you'd see in the UK. Not so much now, they seem to have all been pulled up.
Some have got defibs in them.
Yeah.
But these modern ones now, you can text on them and email on them and stuff. I have text on one before. They're not great for texting on, but you can text mobile on them. You can see there where the window's been boarded up. That all would have been for the window tax years ago. And that has been done. To change the room inside, but
I don't know, maybe. I'm not too sure about that window tax. I thought it was like 1600s or something, but
I'm sure it was
maybe.
Victorian times.
Maybe.
Window tax, was it not? Because some of these buildings are Victorian. They're not all these buildings are 16th century, they're Victorian.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the window tax was Victorian times.
You sure?
Well, no, but yeah, but no, but where I work,
These seem to be knocking around a lot these days.
where
I'm not
I
sure what
work,
the score is
there's
with these
buildings
things.
with windows been boarded up. That Victorian pubs and that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the score is with these things because they have started to appear in towns, but I'm sure they're still illegal. So I'm not quite sure how it all works because people keep getting stopping. People I've seen online keep on getting stopped from using them in remote areas. So are they just allowed in town centres or something, or do you have to use official ones or something like that? Licensed ones?
Now there used to be a barrier across here, it used to lift up.
Yeah.
There's a man in the box there. And in the daytime he came, and that's the purpose and the show. There's the barriers there, we come up the ground. Because in the day it's disabled access and business access. You know, for delivery drivers, so you can keep them off over. That there's a flagpole.
I think, is that?
Is it the Ukrainian flag?
I'm not sure. It does look like the Ukrainian flag, but there's no wind, so you can't really see.
There's the Barclays there. That might be the church, the cathedral.
Yeah, that's a yellow and blue flag.
Famous elephant, so it's nice to sit on. If you didn't get on it, I have tried. Not been that long to be fair, was it? 2 years, but
Yeah.
when I was younger it wasn't really. Barclays bags in there. There was 2 Barclays bags though.
Yeah.
There was this one, the smaller one around the corner.
I remember, yeah.
But I think this used to be part of the cathedral. When you go inside, you can see bits and bobs and stuff. Just relate to it. Because you don't realise how big this Barclays Bank is. There's a few floors, you know. And it goes to the back one, to the top floor or whatever. So whereas now when you go to...
This is the Barclays that Anne-Marie's talking about.
I don't know what's on the top floor, to be honest with you.
No idea.
No, me neither.
I don't think we'll ever find out either.
That's in the top floor.
Chester's Cathedral.
Yeah,
Stained
you
glass
can
window.
look on here. You have to pay to go in there. Don't know how much it is. There's a cafe in there and a gift shop as well. Go on, I'm sure if you go on the internet, I'll tell you how much to get in. But sometimes they have, I've seen BBC vehicles out here.
There's tickets here for the Secrets of the Tower, but I think that's an actual tour. I don't think that's what you pay to go in. I think it's probably about
but I've
£2 or
seen,
£3 or something.
BBC here, you know, for the doing choir and singing and stuff. Maybe songs of praise, does that still exist? We used to have that on a Sunday, remember, songs of praise. But yeah, they've had a few TV people here filming and stuff. I bet you can get married here, but it's probably expensive to get married in the cathedral, isn't it? It's somewhere where like sort of the royal family would get married in it. I think obviously
The Duke of Westminster,
the royal people of Chester probably got married here, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Earl and all that stuff. He owns most of the places around here. The Lord.
Must be kicking out time now. Sounds like Thomas the Tank Engine. Dooch, dooch, doo, dooch, dooch.
Lovely gardens within the grounds. And you can go in there for free.
Lovely gardens, you can go in for
come
free.
here for the day and you get yourself a butty, go sit in the gardens. I'm not sure in the middle if there's some like pondy water feature, I'm not sure. Christmas time, they have decorations in here. A giant light up star, don't they? Which is usually there.
Gone.
Battery's gone.
Yeah.
Both of them.
No, just that one, but this one won't be far off. Or will we make it to Sergio's?
Christmas tree, Christmas there. I mean, the Christmas decorations aren't like going to London, spectacular ones, but they're alright, like. They have Christmas fair, Christmas. Because I went to it, Christmas just gone. During COVID it was closed. But they have some lovely food and stuff, Christmas fair, Christmas. I'm sure somewhere they said it was the best Christmas fair. And I think the market's also been voted one of the best markets as well. Even though now it's disappearing, but there's loads of eateries in the market. Always like street food and that in the market. So just after the market if you want a lunch. And we do alcoholic beverage as well. In the market too now. With your lunch. There's a nice bar restaurant just down the alleyway here by the bell tower. I've been there to prison things. It's all lit up. And now I think Sergio's have also got outside seating as well, because during the pandemic, when the restaurant started opening again, it was just outside only. So I think they've got an outside area for seating. Don't quote me on that, but I think they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, someone's been painting the boxes. Don't know if it's for the camera or for telephone, I'm not sure. Oh, you're denied, love, it's shut.
Still shut up.
Oh, unlucky.
Dutton Seed Shop, I think it was called. So it used to be Dutton Seed Shop.
It has been Ristorante Sergio though for a long time.
1970s.
Yeah.
It's been going.
Anne-Marie adores this place,
Jamie
don't you?
Oliver's restaurant in the paper.
Yeah.
They said it was all shutting down, you know, we can't keep them open. And now this one, been here for 40 years, still going, delicious.
You adore it, don't you?
And the back of here, next, and you look, used to be Woolworths back in the day, with a cafe above it. Obviously Woolworths doesn't exist anymore.
No.
It's down there. That used to be Joe's Wine Bar many years ago. Cheap and cheesy. Open till about 2 in the morning. It was good fun. Now it's called The Botanist. That's where we're going.
The Botanist.
Botanist.
Huh. I thought it was The Alchemist. Yeah.
There is an alchemist in Chester as well somewhere.
Okay.
Bottom on the end is the Barclays Bank.
Yes.
Now
On the
it's a
left.
shoe shop.
And on the right was NatWest.
This is now a shoe shop. It was Barclays Bank. Before that, obviously, this was something else. Probably.
Apparently,
It's West
the
Queen
whole of the
Victoria
east side
then.
of this street was designed and developed between 1895 and 1899 by John Douglas. The carved detail includes a figure of Queen Victoria somewhere. See if we can find her. Oh, I can't see. She's hiding in there somewhere.
Not sure.
Oh, hang on. I'm not sure. I found someone, but I don't know if it's Queen Victoria. Just here. See there? There is, in very extreme black, so you can virtually not see it. There's a figure.
Is that Queen Victoria?
Not sure. Looks a bit priesty with a cross, etc.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So I'm not sure.
Because this might have been like.
But she's probably hiding in one of those little divots, but it's difficult to see.
chamber.
To Her Late Majesty Queen Victoria by appointment, Ballon's Confectioners. Look at that.
Survey
See?
there, the black and white building above, and a bit further along the steps, Debenhams,
It was
Browns of Chester.
Browns of Chester,
which
yeah.
was, oh, it's been there years. And then 60s came along, and behind Browns of Chester was terraced houses, little streets, knocked it down to make way for the big road. And then they built on to Browns of Chester and turned it into Browns of Chester Debenhams store.
I find it quite sad that it's gone, to be honest.
The building there is the cafe underneath, and it's the crypt. I think the cafe was called the crypt anyway. You can tell by the architecture of the different buildings, can't you? That there is the main way into Browns. And if you look on like history sites, it says Debenhams now, because it's still Browns of Chester, or was still Browns of Chester, but Debenhams took a big part in it.
If you go back through my videos to, goodness me, quite a long time ago, probably about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, we did a night walk through Chester, and I filmed this area here. It was very overexposed because I didn't know what I was doing really, but we do walk past Browns of Chester, and these windows are all full of clothes and things like that, etc.
Was it last year, the year before?
So last year I think it
was
went.
good, like if you're going out somewhere posh, the races or a party or a wedding or Christmas, it was good for your clothes and that.
hmm And they always used to sell the top class
They used to have,
perfume
like,
here.
normal, they had this outfit and outfit and outfit, Oasis, you know, we had the toy shop in there, from the toy night, a little toy shop in there.
There's the old boot inn.
Not Mother Care, but there was a toy shop.
That place has been there since 1643.
That used to be Warner Brothers for a little bit, and it was also New Look here as well, before New Look moved further down. Black and white building was New Look. They've got a bigger one further down now. And this was Warner Brothers, the cartoon company.
Which one was which here, love? 'Cause
This used to be Warner Brothers.
which one? This fat
bit,
face.
bit here,
Okay.
yeah.
And where was the other
I
one?
think black and white building was New Look.
Right, okay.
I think. Do you
Want to go up on the roads for the
Warner
last bit?
Brothers is gone. Warner
Yeah.
Brothers is gone. And New Look has got a blue story building in the old Woolies. Crying. I didn't even paint it up here because there's masking tape. Look at that.
hmm Maybe it's non-slip stuff. Oh, I see what you mean now, the lighting. Yeah. Can you see in the door here?
Advertisements.
The original wattle and daub that was uncovered during 1965, but this is what the buildings would have been made up of. See, the old wattle
There's a
door.
pub across the road, above on the road, that's got that.
Yeah, that is actually part of the
Don't
wall
like
that
that.
they've left in there just to show people what the place was
buildings
built
are
out
made
of.
It's mad, isn't it?
But then, with a pub from the 17th century across the road, it's quite an old place.
These well, they used to be with the windows and that. That's why where they can display stuff for their shop. There was a pub just above there, called Boots.
Yeah, I've just
And
done that already.
they've
Mention
got
that.
stuff. Waterstones. There's on the books. There's an 8 sandals as well, which is cheaper than waterstones. But you can't find it in one, you get it in the other. So you get to college or university. Can't put it that one. But then the one one's gone. It was dead expensive in there, and it's not my cup of tea. I went to mum and dad. But it's really expensive in there. I mean, £100 for a jumper or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then if it was a good design jumper, fair enough. And you had the money to spend like that. But for normal people, I shop to spend that.
I've started to flag now, so I'm glad we're getting back to the car.
Jewellery shop. Jewellery shop below. Been there for donkey's years, Wattons. But unfortunately bit the dust. And
Yeah.
now going.
Isn't,
all gone.
isn't there another one? Is it here?
I think they've come back, haven't they?
There was one that was here for a ridiculous amount of years. It was something like I can't even remember. It was something insane, like Henry VIII's daughter, was it Queen Elizabeth I? I think she was on the throne when it opened. It was something nuts like that. This is it, I think.
I think it's round the corner when you're on the back, is it? Oh no, it's this one here, Cows, that's it.
Yeah, it's virtually impossible to see in because obviously they've got security measures up. But
It's come back. I think it went and come back. There's Walton's down below. I think they had one in Wrexham as well. Because I think my granddad got
well, it was Walton's
my
down below.
granny's rings from there. But Walton's down below. Bridge Street. Now, is the glasses still hanging up? There's a glasses shop here. Or was. And I used to have a big pair of glasses, you know, like hanging on one of the sides.
Yeah.
And you could have the glasses on the floor. That was called that. I'm sure it was here. There was a big pair of gold glasses hanging, you know, to say the glasses shop.
Opticians, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And it's on like pictures from like 1920s or something.
That's it.
And there was a bag shop along here.
There is there, Siddle's Opticians. There's a little sign.